Hello and good evening. It's been a long day for me today. I finally got home in the early hours of the morning after a working football game in North Wales. Then I was up a few hours later, back to work, and then I got home again at 3:30 this afternoon. Went shopping with my wife down to Morrison's in Kingswinford. That seems to be our regular haunt now, to do the weekly shop. Got back home, had something to eat, a cup of tea, a little rest, and then no rest for the wicked, so not too long, down to the canal with the lure rod, so nice and easy this evening. And as you've seen from the footage while I've been talking, on arrival there was a mink staring at me. They've caused havoc, devastation in the countryside in recent years. They're not good news at all. I'm only here for about half an hour, short session. And you can tell very often with lure fishing whether you're going to have a really good time in terms of fish on the bank, or actually you'll be struggling. And the way you can tell is that, and I think I've caught a leaf or something there. It's often the case, of course, lure fishing, you're along the bottom. And the reason you can tell is that when the fish are out there, they will snatch at the retrieve, and you'll often get a take every single chuck, and you know from the beginning that it's going to be a good session. However, there are times like tonight, unfortunately, when 6, 7, 8 casts in and you've gone around the swim to cover some water, you haven't even had a pluck, and you know that it's going to be difficult. You might not catch a lot of fish, however, but you're always after initially just that one to get yourself off the mark, and that's what I'm waiting for right now, that first fish. As always, I will list the tackle that I'm fishing with in the accompanying blog on my website, but that's the business end. A 1 gram jig head and a small rubber minnow that when you retrieve it through the water, it looks very tempting if you were a perch. Let's hope that's the case this evening. This will be my final cast. Oh, and that's a good cast because it's gone into the vegetation on the far bank. Fortunately, I've been able to pull it out. I'll start again, shall I? Take 2. This will be my final cast. I haven't even had a single enquiry this evening, and if you are a lure angler, you'll know what it's like, especially when you do the short sessions. If you go all day, by the law of averages, you're bound to catch something. But when you have the shorter sessions, then you do definitely increase your chance of blanking along the way. However, I've been fishing. I've certainly pushed myself tonight, and I do feel quite tired. I always bring the lure right the way to the very end. What I find is that many of the fish that I catch, the take happens right at the edge. Now, whether the fish, oh, I'm going to have another cast by the way, whether the fish was there or most likely it followed the lure in, and then it senses that its meal, its snack in my case, a small rubber minnow, just 2 inches long, is getting away from it, so it lunges. Always bring your bait right the way to the very edge, because that's often, as I say, where the take will happen. And one more cast. This really will be my last cast, because I am quite tired. Well, it's my birthday today and I'm 59, so 364 days time after today's out the way, I'll be 60. But I'm in my 60th year now, of course, so I'm an old man. I don't feel like it though, I must admit. And age most definitely is up there. Stay young, stay young thinking, and one more. This will definitely be my last cast. Stay young thinking, and you can keep on top of life itself. Ever since I was a kid, I've always had that one more cast in me. The number of times, 4 o'clock and I was going home, and I end up leaving at 6 or something like that, and that was the days before mobile phones. So I'd get back home and my mum would say, "Where are you? Where have you been? I thought something had happened to you because you're 2 hours late." Well, that really will be my last cast. See you soon.